like the crook of the piano.
Okay. Can I still face you or do I have to?
Oh no, of course. No, don't look at the camera at all. Like,
Okay.
yeah, we don't care about any of that.
Even like over here.
No.
Okay.
It's good. Like,
Cool.
like you don't have to.
Whoops.
Well,
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. Get you. That's yours. No, basically, I just want to get so that you can even like go a little bit like this way, so that like literally, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, like
that's
okay.
good. That's good.
Okay,
that's
cool.
good.
Okay.
For sure.
Sweet.
Hi.
Hi.
Wave hello to everybody. They're not there.
Okay.
They're there, but they're not.
Later.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. So actually, I mean, might as well just acknowledge like, hi, here I'm Mirabella. I was just telling. This is Emily Clements. Everybody, you're a master's student, right? You're a
Yes.
master's student in your second year here at the University of Mississippi. And I was just telling Emily all about Mirabella. I mean, I've been talking about Mirabella since I've got here, but she was asking me, you know, do you do this kind of thing when you're in residence there? And the answer is yes, I do.
Okay.
We do, so there were 4 of us, 3 musicians and 1 dancer this year, which is new.
That's cool.
And when I went back, we did a whole like group performance, and the dancer like interpreted a dance to all of our music, and it was really cool. So each of us do like a weekly performance there. I also have something called a flex engagement, and which is like an interactive musical experience with the residents. And for me, that's chorus. So I do a chorus there, and they're fabulous.
I bet.
Yeah, actually today is chorus rehearsal, and I have my friend Michelle Perez who's doing, who's coming in to do it. So,
oh my gosh.
And otherwise we just, you know, live intergenerationally and, you know, build relationships and dine and enjoy Arizona together. So
Cool.
anyway, so you had said, oh, that is such a cool piece. The what's the name of the composer again? The last name? Walker. It's Gwyneth Walker. Gwyneth Walker. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you want to start with that, or do you want to do Chaconese?
Either.
What? Either?
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to hear this after All White Horses Are.
Yes.
All right, let's give it a shot.
Okay.
Will you
Sorry, I'm going to talk to the camera for a second.
Yeah.
So what because it's going to apply to what we're doing. So Emily is a composer, and so we can speak in a way that maybe a little bit different, just because you do write music yourself. So I'm sure, like, when you're learning a piece of music, that you read it through the eyes of a composer, right? So my question to you here, like, we talked in your lesson about the fact that on one hand, she's to some degree prescriptive. Like, on the first page, it's like you get a lot of information on the first page, and then almost nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, the beginning is marked slowly, like my introduction, and then we get like a tempo marking.
Yeah.
Like right on your entrance. What do you make of that?
I think the beginning is like it's freely because it's unfolding. Like it's going to unfold. So I think the beginning is kind of setting up the image or the moment that's happening.
Yeah. Because it's like the two little bum, 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 are the same chords, are the same are the same little broken things, right? That happen right as soon as you come in.
Yeah.
So I guess, like, the difference is how you initiate. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
In terms of bringing us into something regular.
Yes.
Right? My feeling is that, now this is the next question for you. The text feels like it's in two.
Yes.
After all white horses are. In fact, there's an argument to be made that horses are in bed really is a feeling of one. Like, after all the white horses. It's not all white horses are in bed.
Yeah.
After all white horses are in bed. So what do you make of that? The fact that it's in four, but that the text seems to go in a, or is there a conflict there?
I think we're one. So, like, I'm on the second beat, but you start it, and I think together it flows. And I need to, I don't know how to say it, but what was the question again?
My question is that there seems to be more movement than the 4/4 seems to suggest, or maybe that's not.
Yeah.
Like it's to me the piece feels right in two.
Yes, and I keep singing it in two, and I think that's why my breath gets kind of.
I think you're singing it in a 4.
I am.
I think you're singing it two, but too beady at the beginning.
That's okay.
So even if you choose to sort of play with the tempo, I'd love to try just from the beginning, and that you really initiate it. So, after all the white horses are in bed. Something really easy and natural.
Okay.
So I'm going to go from the two little broken chords before you come in, and then you're responsible. I mean, I'll breathe and help you come in there, but I'll just go from the two to one. We have R, and the in is on the top note. Can you still imagine, after all white horses are in bed?
Yeah.
Right there. And
after all white horses are in bed, keep you walking beside me, my very
Good job. This sounds very natural to me.
That feels better.
Let's have a final consonant on bed.
Yeah.
Are in bed. Just, you know what we've been doing in Pirates. We just have to have something to finish it. Little tiny shadow vowel. My very lady, touch like me, my touch. So even though touch is on a metrically weak part of the beat, since it's an active word, why don't we bring that in with a little bit? Because I love this lady, touch light. So we have something that comes down,
Yeah.
and then you start it with something that's active.
Yes.
It's very, very beautiful. The way that you say, and send life out of me, I'm hearing, and send life out of me.
Yeah.
That's what you want to bring out? And send life out of me.
Maybe, but I'm open to suggestions.
Yeah, no, I just,
life out of me.
and send
Life
life out
out.
of me. I think that, I agree with you, and send life out of me. But what I'm getting is, and send life out of me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
So I like where it's going, but if it can be in context to the rest of the phrase. Say it the way you want to say it.
And send life out of me.
Say it like 5 different ways.
And send life out of me. And send life out of me.
Good. Let's do one. I'm gonna do one. You do one.
Okay.
Let's do it like a bunch of them together. You go.
And send life out of me.
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 Touch lightly my eyes.
Touch lightly my eyes.
And send life out of me.
And send life out of me. Touch lightly my eyes. Oh, that one.
Well, let's do the first one.
Okay.
Let's do the first one, absolutely.
Touch lightly my eyes. Touch lightly my eyes. And send life out of me. And the night absolutely into me. After all, after all, after all.
Nice. That's definitely a version.
Yeah.
I love that version.
Yeah.
So you don't have to be married to anyone. You know, we were talking about in the lesson. It's like it's a great discussion to be had. It's like, and as a composer, you can have sympathy. It's like, can everything be accurately described on the page? Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Some pieces work really well. Some composers work really well. It's like you basically just do it. And you kind of leave yourself out of it, and it just works.
Yes.
And this one, I think it's a combination.
Yes.
And you sort of have to be a bit of a detective.
Mm-hmm.
One really important piece of evidence is when you're on one note, it's like, it's the composer saying it's the text.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? It's like this, all of a sudden the piano opens up this moment. And so you can say it 1,001 ways, you have flexibility there.
Okay.
So, just like we said like 1,001 ways, you try it a different way. What I loved about the absolutely was that you kind of sang into the rest.
Oh, good.
And the night absolutely into me.
Yeah.
Let's do that one more time.
Okay.
When you go to the after all, from the third after all, can you really bring us back in to like
the tempo or the?
And in fact, it's a faster tempo, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So should I start faster already or just gradually?
Well, gradually because it's an accelerando. I think you did it well, but you just didn't follow through all
no.
the way into the new tempo.
Okay.
So from the touch lightly my eyes.
Okay. The first one?
Yeah, the first one.
Sorry, I got distracted. You're so pretty.
I know.
Go ahead.
It was so pretty.
Touch lightly my eyes. Touch lightly my eyes. And send life out of me. And the night absolutely into me. After all, after all, after all, my voices are in
Nice.
Should I be doing little lifts in between the after alls, or maybe?
Well, there's 1,001 ways you
Okay.
can do it. What's one version?
Well, that version was kind of singing through those pauses like I did with the rest, but I could do more lifts, or at least get one good breath in maybe on the third one before or after all.
Why don't we try? Because you want to bring us into the new tempo, and a big breath before the one might get in the way of that.
Oh, okay.
Why don't we try one? After all. Let's see if that
I like
works.
that, okay.
Right on that.
Okay. After all, after all, after all, my voices are in bed. After light in my eyes. Touch, light in my eyes.
Good.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. It's just I think this must be a misprint.
Okay.
That you tell me if you disagree. That the comma after that last touch should probably not be there. Yeah.
Agreed.
Touch, light in my eyes. Good. What's happening in this very special measure?
I feel like it's similar to that freeness again of like when you have a rolled chord.
Yeah.
So it's very, and I think
It's
I
similar.
naturally retard Dondo, but I don't know if is that okay?
Well, let's investigate.
Okay.
Let's investigate. I agree with you. Like there is like for one, it's all on one note.
Yes.
It's on the same word.
Yeah.
And what other kinds of evidence do we have in those?
You have like a chord and then rest chord.
And what about those chords?
Oh, it goes down this
A semitone.
yeah.
There's a chromatic treatment.
Tension.
Right?
Yeah. Ooh.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's happening there. It's kind of up to you to sort of, but whatever you choose to do, whatever kind of freedom you have, I think is within a sense of that there's some kind of whatever that tension is.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
Touching the palm,
Yes.
releases. Can we go them? Will you walk beside me? Will you walk beside me? My very heart. You can really play with the timing there. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Do you need to do the breath after beside me? Maybe you do. You could do a break without a breath. You could come off me a little shorter. You could do beside me and come in my very lady a little bit late, but then make up the time. Do you know what I mean? Like there are a variety of things that you could try.
Okay.
Do one of them.
Okay.
And one.
Will you walking beside me, my very lady? Touch light in my eyes. Touch light in my eyes.
Good. Now, just for that very last touch before the lightly, can you imagine touch lightly as if it were one word?
Okay.
Touch lightly my eyes.
Okay.
That was very beautiful. Make sure that the first touch, that we arrived together.
Yes, I was awkward. So
No, it wasn't that awkward. but I love the version for "Will you walk beside me, my very lady."
Yeah.
Do the exact same thing. Don't take your breath, but leave just a little bit of a space, a little bit of a suspension. Will you walking beside me, my very lady? Why don't I keep saying my very mother?
It's your interpretation.
That's called subtext.
Yep.
And
Will you walking beside me, my very lady? Touch light in my eyes.
oh yeah.
I didn't count.
Lightly
My eyes. Touch light in my eyes. My very lady.
Good. Now that very lady. There's no excuse to come in late for that one.
Yeah. Zowie.
I think. Did Zoe knock on the door?
I didn't hear anything.
Okay, cool. We'll know. She'll
We'll know.
do it again. Let's do that one more time from touch lightly my eyes. Touch.
Yeah, that part's awkward still. I don't know where to take a good breath before the next phrasing. What do you say? I did it in the middle of that time.
Where exactly?
Between the touches, I don't when to like take a good breath.
I mean,
maybe just keep pausing.
Honestly, like you have every option in the world because technically, from that first touch, you don't really need a breath until before my very lady.
Yes.
So you could. So then it becomes an expressive choice.
Okay.
There's a
I'll try
certain
that.
touch lightly, touch touch lightly. I mean, there's just like every option in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Touch lightly my eyes right there.
Touch lightly my eyes. Touch. Ooh, did I miss you?
No, you're
Oh,
fine.
I was fine? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Here, let me, could you hear?
Touch.
Hi, do you want to come in and sit for a second while we finish up? Yeah, exactly.
Touch, 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 lights in my eyes, my very Am I
Nice.
wrong?
No, that's very
Okay.
good. That's very good.
Okay.
Now, you have, Dr. Milton actually describes this really beautifully, and it's how I describe it too. Well, maybe he doesn't ask it this specifically. How do you create legato between rests?
I guess like you said, connecting the phrases, even though there's a rest in between, like it's a full sentence.
That's true.
So thinking about it, expressing.
Yeah, most people, the answer is thinking. What I find, if we try to think our way through, it's like we're adding an extra layer of thinking that actually is just sort of like holding tension over. What Dr. Milton describes, and this is perfect, is that wherever you leave off, enter in that same place.
Oh, I like that.
Right? Or in this case, entering in the same place and infusing it with more something. So, my very lady, my very lady, lady, my very lady.
Yeah.
Can we just do one more time? Actually, so pretend we've already done those. Touch, 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 and we're going to go from touch lightly my eyes.
During the first touch or the second?
The touch lightly my eyes before.
Okay.
My very lady.
Okay. Touch lightly my eyes, my very lady, my very lady. Touch lightly my eyes.
Yeah, well done. You see, eyes right there is on that note, and then go up the octave. Eyes. Okay, can you imagine actually that F is directly, the high F is directly in front of the low F.
Like less space? Oh, I know you're saying.
I didn't actually say the word space.
I know. just wondering how to put it in front of me without. Okay.
Let's say that like literally it's like a visualization thing.
Okay.
But let me ask you something different. Can you imagine that the low F is actually the soil, the nourishment for the high F? That the high F isn't actually nourishment. It's this nourishment, and then you just let this one blossom. Nourish the one that comes before, and let the top one just
float
from the bottom one.
Okay.
Touch lightly my eyes.
Touch lightly my eyes. Oh, I stopped it. I heard it this time.
Good.
Sorry.
Let's go from my very lady and one.
My very lady, touch lightly my eyes. After all, white horses are in bed. Okay.
What are you gonna say?
Is it okay if I pull back and then we go back into the tempo like we did earlier?
Yeah. What's the after all? Like what's the repeating of all these? Every once in a while we sort of get into a whirlwind of repeated text.
I just see it as like emotion or expressiveness. Like you could say it different ways. That's what I need to do.
Yeah, no. So what you're describing, I'm just rapping with you.
Sure.
What you're describing is each individual after all as having potential different colorings.
Yeah.
So another side to it, because I don't disagree with you, another side to it is that there's something about a single repetition of three that gives this sort of like this cyclical kind of whirlwind, this sort of circle kind of effect, right? That is something sort of as a gesture on its own, and because there's one thing about this piece, and I think we sort of touched on it in talking about the interpretation and the tempo, is that there's certainly like a flow. My little interlude here, I have a combination of they're different kinds of gestures. If I played them, that's not really what they are, is it, right?
No.
And then we have that little pause, and then. So I'm wondering, when you come in with this after all, is there a way that you can give it that sort of like fluid, like playing with the time, while staying within a sense of flow? So it's not after all. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, a sweeping.
There's a sweeping, you can kind of play with it. It's a limpid. Just from the measure before when I start my little. After all, my horses are in bed. Same exact thing. When you have an octave, the low note is the one that nourishes it. It's not my very, my very,
okay.
My very lady.
Okay.
One more time, after all.
Okay. I did exactly what you said not to.
I'm
sorry.
No, you're good. Let's try it again.
Okay. After all, my horses are in bed.
Nourish.
My very, touch lightly my arms. Touch lightly my arms. Touch lightly my arms. I went down, I'm sorry.
That's okay. but you have a number of opportunities in the octave to really enjoy the nourishment of the grounding of the low one.
Yeah.
So because as discussed, again, going back to Dr. Milton's yesterday, is that all of this high stuff don't need anything extra. Like that's like you naturally bring like it just is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't need to add anything to it because it's already good. Right? I mean? So if you're paying attention to the bottom and just let the top happen.
Mm-hmm. I feel like getting stuck and I don't know how to like connect the two. Do I just need to keep trying to nourish it?
So you're saying when you are quote unquote nourishing the bottom, that it feels stuck.
I because it's so low, I don't want to sink into it, and then there's no. It feels hard, so it's just.
Right. So in that case, it's important to remember that nourishing the bottom doesn't mean that you dig.
Okay.
That you dig like that the vowel goes down there.
No.
Right. The vowel is still. So the very very last thing that we do. My eyes. Keep the in the place, because the is just an it doesn't go down, it doesn't go up, it's just an Touch lightly my eyes.
Touch lightly my eyes. Oh, yeah. I heard the stopping. Sorry.
You don't know? That's good. Just go one more time.
Okay.
There's an element of trust to it, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
I'll let it go.
Go for it. Go
Okay.
for it. Go for it.
Touch lightly. Oh, sorry. I'm crap. Touch lightly my eyes.
Are you recording this?
Yes.
Okay, good.
It wasn't as bad.
Zoe, what was that?
It was so beautiful.
Really?
Oh my god.
I thought it was cracking. It wasn't cracking.
It did not do a single crack. No.
But what part of that might be a little bit is just if there's an element that wants to sort of maintain a little bit of control.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Me.
That's sort of like there's an element of cracking, right?
Yes.
Which is a little bit of like a sort of like a disruption between letting something go
Yeah.
and wanting to control it. And so some people describe it like, well, let's get through the crack. Let's crack and stay cracked.
Okay. I like that.
But some people describe sort of like a shift from top to bottom as like imagining a crack down as they go up. Don't
Okay.
leave that at the door.
I'm not sponging.
But I think for you, the process for that was the idea of, well, one, the vowel stays, the vowel is the God particle, right? It's
Yes.
right? And that you're paying attention to the low part of the octave, you're nourishing the part of the octave, and then trusting that nourishing that low
Okay,
part
just
is
like
going to
that,
result in a really beautiful, floating, beautiful tone. It was really, really rounded, beautiful, and gorgeous.
Yay.
Love this piece. I think
Thank
it's
you.
so good for you too.
Really?
Yeah, I
Thank
think it's
you.
I think there's a lot here that really is it's good for
Oh,
the singing.
good. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
What is this?
This is Gwyneth Walker. Oh.
Of course.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
She's one of my influences for writing. So
Oh.
if you notice any similarities, that's
Well, so you have for those. By the way, I'm recording, so we have. No, you're good. Say hi to the people.
You're like,
Hi, people.
The person that you hear speaking who came in is my next victim, Zoe Beaufil. Is it Beaufil?
Yes.
Beaufil, Zoe Beaufil. I got a second
Second semester.
master's student in vocal performance at the University of Mississippi. So your influences are, I mean, Lori Laitman, is that safe to say as
Yes.
well, as in being your package as well?
definitely.
Anybody else?
For writing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Sondheim, Copeland,
Oh,
many things from
that's
Mozart. A little
that's
bit of
wonderful.
Mozart.
But you're an American composer.
Yeah.
Even though you're Canadian.
Oh, I'm Canadian, but
You're Canadian, but these American influences,
yeah.
there's sort of part of that American vocal writing tradition.
It is,
Yeah.
because being in operas at Young Arts programs when I first started them, that's
Yeah.
what influenced my writing one night. Because I suddenly was like, wow, all these.
Where was
different-
that? Where?
That was in Alabama, Druid City, and then I did the Harrower program in
Okay,
Georgia.
very cool. Where in Canada are you from? And when did you come down here?
I'm from Calgary, but I was born in Montreal.
Oh my gosh! So I went to school in Montreal.
Did you?
I did. I'm actually
Where?
going back in McGill.
Oh my gosh,
Like
my
back-
dad went to McGill.
No way.
too.
I'm going back to Montreal at the end of November, during the
Oh,
Thanksgiving
yeah.
break here to work with the Atelier
Cool.
Lyrique at the Opera de Montréal. My best friend Gensito, she's the new directrice there.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I'm really excited because that's my old stomping grounds.
Yeah.
And then my first opera contract ever was at Calgary Opera.
Oh my
Do you know
God.
Emily Hamper?
Yes, I know Emily
Oh,
Hamper.
I love
Yes,
her.
I know Emily Hamper.
I worked with her at the Institute.
Emily Hamper is a
Oh,
Canadian
wow.
vocal coach. She's a amazing pianist, vocal coach. She's also married to Phil Addis, who is an amazing Canadian baritone. Emily. Yeah, when did I know Emily from? I mean, she does the with Michael Shannon in what's it called? Stratford in Ontario. They have like a program there.
Mm.
Yeah. And you worked with her at the
Institute for Dramatic
Yes.
Voices. Yeah.
So
wow,
cool.
small
Yeah.
world.
It is a really
It is,
small world.
truly.
Yeah.
It is a small
Are you
world.
from Montreal then? Or were you
I'm from London, Ontario originally, yeah,
Okay.
but I went to school in Montreal and then I was 10 years at the Canadian Opera Company.
Wow.
So that's sort of where, like, my last time
Oh,
in
wow.
Canada was there before I came to Arizona.
Oh
And
my gosh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
in Toronto,
Yeah, like the Canadian Opera Company.
yeah, I did. I mean, it was a great place for me to, like, get my first contracts and work with some, like, you know, some of the best singers in the world,
Yeah.
you know, to get those in my ear and some great artists. So,
Cool.
yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
I love this. Well, have a
Well,
great
thank
weekend.
you so much.
My pleasure. All right, Zoe,
Okay.
shall
Oh,
we?
thank you.
We shall.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Get my recorder going.
Of course. So, we are Germaning today.
Yes.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
What would you like to start with?
Let's start with the Lied Mignon.
Okay.
I don't know if you already know that I'm singing this on Wednesday for the area meeting.
Lied Mignon.
Yeah.
Right. I'll just write it. Yeah, it's on a list.
Okay.
I'm just gonna write it here so that I have it actually written down here.
Typically we would email you, so I can
Yeah.
send that to you via email if you like.
It'll be fine.
Okay.
Area meeting Wednesday. Great. Because we haven't worked on this yet together, it'll be helpful for you to explain it to me, and also for Mirabella people who aren't familiar with this story. Tell us a little bit about Lied der Mignon.
So this is from a Goethe poem,
Mm-hmm.
and this is one of the saddest songs I've ever done.
It's true. It's hard. It doesn't get much sadder.
It doesn't.
Like lonelier.
Yeah, she talks about pain in her entrails, like in her insides.
Yeah. Like
burning.
her burning vital organs.
Yes, because she says only who longs as I do knows how I suffer.
Yeah.
And she is just devoid of anything happy or joy.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't have the person that she loves.
Okay. Why don't we take a run through this, and with what you've like in the mood in which you've just described, and then we'll maybe like dissect the poetry a bit and sort of like put it back together.
Nur wer dies Ding sagt kennt,
I love when
That's
people do
sweet.
that. I know, it's really
Oh.
something. When I was people end the sound, they're like, just kidding. Okay, cool. Good stuff. That first sentence, could you just say that first sentence for me?
Nur wer die Sehnsucht kennt, weiß, was ich leide.
Okay, could you tell me what each word is and how it sort of fits into the sentence, sort of dissect it a little bit for me. So what's nur?
Only.
Yeah.
The literal translation is only who the longing knows only who the longing knows what I suffer.
Right. Nur wer die Sehnsucht kennt, weiß, was ich leide. Yeah, right. Nur wer, so only someone, only someone who knows
Right.
the kind of longing, knows exactly what I'm suffering. So there's two senses of knowing here,
Right.
and I want to connect those two people together a little bit. So what I'm getting a little bit is nur wer die Sehnsucht kennt, weiß, was Sehnsucht kennt, weiß, was ich leide.
Okay.
And kind of every time it happens, even if you take in the next line, nur wer die Sehnsucht kennt, weiß, dann weiß.
I see.
You see?
Yep.
Okay. Right on.
Nur wer die Sehnsucht kennt.
Good. Can you? I'm getting a little bit of an aria on nur, another aria on wer, deep. Can you focus solely on creating a seamless line?
Okay.
Nur wer die Sehnsucht kennt. Okay, so much good there.
Okay.
So much good there. You didn't quite reset before.
Yeah.
Was ich leide, but the line before nur wird that's money in the bank.
Okay.
Really, that's what's up.
Okay.
Does that feel it feels like you did that with a lot of artistry? I don't know if it felt. Did it feel boring to you?
No.
Okay.
It takes a lot for me to not do too much.
Good. So that is a shorthand for us. So next time I will say do less, and you know what to do.
Yes.
Awesome. Do less.
Okay.
Yeah. What I like about the last one is that you didn't have any nur wer die Sehnsucht kennt. Yeah, good job. I really appreciate it. I sort of did this, the ich leide,
Yeah.
to keep practicing using, even though you're I'm out of air,
Right.
you have probably 10% more than you think you do.
I do.
So keep practicing that in because
Okay.
that'll get more, but yes, Zoe, yes. Just a couple funny things. Love the way that you landed on can't rise. Now, this little ornamenty thing. What is that?
Yes.
What is it? Is it a little quiver or a little?
Yes.
No. So how fast is it?
I ideally it wouldn't be so fast. I struggle with this kind of thing. I haven't found a way to finesse it, but what I'm trying to do, Vice, Vice.
Can we try just a couple of versions
Sure.
to see which one's like your version?
Sure.
Because I think like what do usually people do here? Do you hear that?
Yes.
I seem to recall hearing that quite a bit. Can you try one that right now you're doing it nice? Da-da-dum. Can you try one that's on the beat? You just try to voice the beat a little bit as a launching point for that.
Okay.
Okay, can you try one that's that to me is the most successful one.
Okay.
It's interesting because the only difference between that and the other one is an extra note.
Yeah.
So something to play with actually, because this one certainly what it must sound like is something that's part of the emotion of the piece.
Right.
That one to me seemed to be the most organic.
Okay.
But play with it.
Okay. I'll do that.
All right. Aligned optic tonight. Okay, let's do this next sentence. Tell me what it means, please.
Alone and cut off from all joy, I gazed into the firmament, which is the heaven or the skies, in that direction.
Yeah, in the direction
Yeah.
of in the heavens, right? German, it's like a building block language. So alone, separated, abgetrennt from all joy, look I in the direction of the firmament, in the firmament in that direction, jener Seite. And so what's the image here? What's image? What can you paint the image?
That she has nothing, and so all she can do is look up and seek what she wants.
And what does she see?
She sees him.
She sees him.
Yes. He whom he loves and knows is in the distance.
Sorry. No, you're good. On aller Freude. Can you just do von aller Freude?
Von aller Freude.
Good. Allein. Can you just give me allein?
Allein.
Can you give me a little bit more double L? Allein. Now. Allein und abgetrennt.
Allein und abgetrennt von aller Freude.
Okay. Could you do this once on, what's your favorite vowel in this part of your voice?
E.
Let's do this a few times on E. Well, that's money in the bank. We're going to do this a few times on E.
Okay.
Now, can you do the exact same thing, maybe more like a mezzo piano? One last time on E, and then we're going to start to introduce some, can you give me you go to the ah, can it open up from the e?
Yeah. I feel that.
Good. You do?
Yes.
What's the feeling?
It's not as far back. It's definitely more of an up placement, and the air is moving through, and it doesn't feel like it's getting as caught.
Cool. Yeah. So you can. I think it's always a good idea just to especially like the very special part of the sperm's voice, right? That just remind yourself of that E place a few times. Like just to build in that architecture and then making sure that because it's very easy for more open vowels to sort of fall down into that place. So that's a very easy tool. Just if you just continue to use that. Can we go on from Hans Firmament? I love that, and then the I love this idea that it's like as that's we're sort of retreating that back and sort of continues out into that distance. It's like, where are you?
Okay.
So this is the first time we have like two little kind of local crescendos. Then Firmament. You make sure that the crescendo doesn't happen before Firmament.
Yes.
Firmament. It's almost like this Schumann and the shoe. Like, the Schumann and the shoe. Makes sense. Firmament. Remember, even the take a look at the bass line from Good, but see the crescendo. Do it more in the firmament. Yeah. Did you have any breath at the end of there?
I had a little.
You a little bit. Use it all.
Okay.
And it's like.
Okay.
Keep looking. All right. Let's go on to the ah.
Okay.
Oh gosh. Okay, I'm going to challenge you on this. You made a choice. Schubert writes sehr leise. What does it mean?
I don't have that translated.
Sehr leise means very light.
I should have translated.
Yeah, because you did the opposite,
I did,
right?
Yeah.
Because on one level, I mean, you see in the piano, right?
Yeah.
This triple pianissimo, and I'm not saying like I'm very sensitive to the fact that substantial instruments can't put themselves in a box.
Right.
So you know what I mean, but you also are blessed with the ability for these like.
I want to finesse it.
To these sounds, right?
Yeah.
So, but I think we need to find what sort of like the emotional space is for this moment.
Yeah.
So, the ah you gave me was a ah.
Yeah. Well, I think of, and I went to that because I'm thinking I see him, and so I'm excited, and I'm, oh, and he knows, and he's far away, and so I was thinking like that would be more, but I can see it more being like a shock, like, oh, there he is, you know, and that can be the motivation for it to be softer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, because there's something about that single moment which directly precedes this, right? Which actually is very exciting. So, like you did, you gave a little bit more on that. Yeah?
Yeah.
Ah. Cool. So I know he doesn't write faster here, and what's your thought on this?
Oh, I think it's faster.
I think so. It just feels natural to me. It's, so in this case, the schwindet. Don't be so concerned of getting the L in there. That the most important thing, and you can practice it in, but the most important thing is es schwindet mir, es brennt mein Eingeweide, es schwindet mir.
Schwindet mir.
Yeah,
I'm getting cut up on the L.
Yeah, schwindet mir, schwindet mir, delt mir, schwindet mir. Right on it.
Es schwindet mir, es brennt mein Eingeweide.
So, es brennt mein Eingeweide, es brennt mein Eingeweide. So, es brennt mein Eingeweide, es schwindet mir.
Es schwindet mir, es brennt mein Eingeweide, es schwindet mir, es brennt mein Eingeweide.
Like all the time.
Sorry.
No, what are you apologizing for?
I'm still trying to figure out the
Yeah, I know. I thought that was fantastic.
Okay.
I told everyone this past week what the secret to a great crescendo is. Do you remember what it is? Right there.
The secret to a great crescendo is not starting too loud.
Not starting too early.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So already, basically you kind of did a little one starting on the nur, but then on the ver you did one, and you did another one on the D, and then another one on the right. So the challenge is. You actually do this through crescendo as if you're pulling like a band or something like that.
Yeah.
And connect bend. Weiß, was ich And maybe this one, breathe after Vice.
Okay.
It's okay, you didn't go down the octave because you're not used to doing the breath. But that was really, really, really good. And one last time for my pleasure. Nice. And you can finesse that. I mean, I love the way you get there. Sings my heart glad beyond ice. So maybe not quite so much time after Vice.
Yeah.
But I love that that really the heart breaks out. Ice. That last sigh. This is going to be absolutely stunning.
Yay.
Absolutely stunning. Do you have time to work any of the default? I don't have to. We can do it next time.
I honestly really don't have time. My family is in town and.
Go have a weekend.
I'm singing at the game tomorrow.
Oh!
I'm singing the anthem.
Oh my God, y'all! Did you hear that? We're in the presence of Zoe Bofil, who's singing at an SEC. It's an SEC school. That's what we call it.
Yes.
Oh my gosh!
It's an SEC school.
We don't know where we're done. All I know, and maybe it's all you know as well, is that it's kind of a big deal to be singing the anthem at a game at Ole Miss. Hotty toddy, y'all.
Pray for me. I'm
Pray
very
for Zoe.
nervous.
Oh, this one does not need prayers. Just go over the lyrics a few times before.
Yeah.
I sang the anthem at Mirabella, and I discovered, because it's not my anthem like Canadian, right?
Right.
That like speaking to other Americans, that like a lot of them actually aren't quite sure of the lyrics sometimes either. Like.
Yeah.
And the rockets were clear, the bombs bursting in the air, came proof through the night that our flag was still there.
Yes.
Oh say, does
that
star-spangled banner yet wave over the land of the free and the home of the brave.
But it's not over, it's or.
Did I say over?
Yeah.
Or. Oh, which is
over.
Or. It's or. It's or, y'all. Okay. Bye, Mirabella.
Thank you so much.
That's awesome.